Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I know I've been kind of MIA for a long time, but things have been super crazy on my end. But I am back, and in this episode, we'll be talking about self fulfilling prophecies and how to stop that from blocking your creative minds and blocking you from achieving your goals and dreams. So, anyways, let's get into it. First of all, what is a self fulfilling prophecy? It is a self imposed restriction or limitation that tells you that something's going to go wrong or right, and then you work based on that. For example, if you somehow think that you will have a failed business, you will start doing things that will lead to a failed business. So that will be a self fulfilling prophecy because no one told you that your thing is going to fail, but you yourself told that to yourself, and that's buying into that fact that you said what you said and your business failing due to that, not because it was going to fail from the start, but rather because of your actions. Your actions are what determine whether your self-fulfilling prophecy is fulfilled or not. And prophecies are good and all, like, in fantasy books and things, but in real life prophecies are often supposed to be taken with a grain of salt, especially when they're self-fulfilling, because you're imposing that on yourself and it's not really a prophecy, right? Because you can make or break a prophecy. You can take action or do something that can revert or reverse the effects of the prophecy being imposed on you. However, when it's your own will, your own mind telling you something, that cannot be reversed because you are essentially making your mind believe what you're trying to say to them. If you're going to say your business is going to fail, it is going to fail because you're now taking the steps to make sure it fails because you're afraid, and then due to that, your thing would fail regardless of what you do. Now, this plays a huge role in creativity because it can block your mind, it can block the things you do, it can block the amount of risks you take, the events you do, and how you live your life. It can block you in the sense that you won't be able to do anything you love. You would be stuck constantly. You would not be able to move past obstacles or roadblocks or anything that's put in your way. So, the number one thing to make sure that you're not creatively blocked by self fulfilling prophecies is expanding your horizons, taking risks, and believing in yourself. Now, let me go a little bit into all of these. Expanding your horizons. Now, when I say expand your horizons, I mean, you know, take risks, try new things out, see what you like, see what you don't like, and just overall just try new things. That's the main objective here, is try new things and figure out why something may be good or why something might be bad for you. Because once you figure that out, self-fulfilling prophecies that you create for yourself will automatically stop, because then you're like, okay, I'm good at this, we do not need to worry too much. And even if you aren't good about it, do not create a prophecy around it. It's only going to make matters worse, because then you're just roaming around in circles, imagining random consequences that may not even happen, be it good or bad. Another thing is taking risks. As I mentioned earlier, taking risks is very important, because once you take the risk, your mind is expanding, your ideas of things happening around you is expanding, and you have so many options to look at. You can try being a singer and sing a few songs, see what you think about it. You can paint a few pictures and see what you think about it. You could cook a dish and then see, do you like cooking? Do you want to do that? Or you could do all of them. I mean, it's up to you. I know with artists and creatives, it's very difficult to do this at times, depending on how you like to function and how you like to work, whether you're an introvert, extrovert. That also does play a huge role, because if you're an introvert, you may not want to do like party organizations or party planning or go to parties, versus extroverts, you would love to try speech and debate, you might love to try drama, you might try to do choir and things like that, or you might want to try starting up your own business and talking to people and creating like connections, podcasting, reading, writing, whatever. And obviously introverts, again, these are labels, I would say. That's actually a huge thing I want to talk about, is introverts and extroverts and ambiverts. These are all just labels. You can be quote unquote an introvert and still have extrovert characteristics, because really, these are just, again, self-imposed. No one really, there's no set, like, who even really decides who an introvert or an extrovert is. These are just descriptions given to us from somewhere that tells us if you're a shy person, you're an introvert. If you're not shy, you're an extrovert. But there's nothing really that proves or emphasizes the fact. It's not a fact, that's the main thing. It's not a fact that determines either of these people. Same way, your prophecies are also not a fact. These are just belief systems or things ingrained in you based on what you tell yourself. Telling yourself positive things means you'll get something positive. If you tell yourself your business is going to flourish, it will flourish because you're going to take actions towards it. If you're going to say it's going to fail, it's going to fail because you're going to take bad actions towards it. So it's a lot to do with mindset, and I know this is a very difficult thing overall in general, not just for creatives but just for anyone, because self-fulfilling prophecies cannot be controlled. You cannot really control and say, I will not be doing self-fulfilling prophecies today, or I will not be thinking about them. Instead, the main idea is to focus on understanding how do you prevent it. You cannot stop it, but you can prevent the effects of it growing so large that you actually want to act upon that prophecy. You want to act upon that thing that's going to bring you down or make you flourish, depending on how you decide to make your mindset part of it. Of course, like, there are some ups and downs with the prophecy situation. Like, you could, again, as mentioned earlier over and over again, is that if you think positively, again, that's all there is to it. There's not much explanation to do here because, every decision or every thought you have plays a huge role in the decision making process, or the action based processes that go into the prophecy definition criterion. Now, my last and final thing I want to say is believe in yourself. I've mentioned this a bunch of times, not in this episode, but also in a bunch of other episodes I've done, but like the people pleaser episode, believing in yourself episode. I did a whole episode on just believing in yourself and things, and these are really important. Make sure you love yourself. Make sure you show yourself the respect that you show others, and treat yourself the way you would want to be treated, or treat yourself the way you want others to treat you and the way you want to treat others. Be kind to yourself. Don't say rude things to yourself, because again, everything you say does affect you. Even if it's not seen outwardly or immediately, it is definitely something that plays a huge role in the making of your brain and your mind, and just the way you function overall. So yeah, make sure you keep these things in mind. Just to summarize everything: expand your horizons, take risks, believe in yourself, and most importantly, stop putting self-imposed self-fulfilling prophecies. And I know earlier I mentioned you cannot stop them, you can prevent them, but even then, if you take these 3 steps that I mentioned, you will most likely be able to break the barriers and ensure that your creative minds are not blocked by these impositions and are overall doing well. So anyways, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new, and I'll see you all next week. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.